Today, we will be using Crayola washable markers with a water brush pen versus Crayola washable watercolors. Alright, so there are two following techniques that are different. So right now what we're gonna use is washable markers with a water brush pen. Right, so what we'll be using is a mixed media sheet of paper, but I cannot find it, so I'm gonna use the watercolor brush pen because I'm just gonna put some water onto this paper and then I place it with a wooden panel because that's easier so the texture can feel smooth and hard. Alright, so we're going to swatch with these colors. I'm going to swatch 6 of those, and later on I am going to use a water brush pen. Alright, so we're gonna use 6 colors. Alright, and we're going to do the order that we know. Alright, now we swatch all the colors like in order. And right now, see this brush tip? It's like similar to a paintbrush, but if I squeeze the nozzle, the water comes out and it might drip. Okay, so I will be using is a tissue cloth, or formerly called a tissue paper, so that I'm gonna place it there. I'm just gonna go wipe it and then see how it goes. Just like before, you can see what the color does, but even though if I put a lot of water, yeah, because the color, yeah, it might actually gonna dissolve and make it lighter. Alright, so we're just gonna dry this, and then for the next part, I will be using this as in a fast motion, and I will tell you at the end of what we see. Alright guys, So you can see those colors that tragically are about like putting more color. I just started by squeezing the nozzle onto the front of the brush pen, and it makes color by after using a marker and just rub it on the washable marker mark onto this sheet of paper, because that's why I like it though. But I can use this swatching, yeah, sort of, but for advanced coloring. But even though when I can get older, I will basically know like how to practice by that, and I can just start on by using some of these techniques like that, because you can see like these colors were about just lighter. You can see the blue ones, the yellows, and the orange, and the red. Because that's why I just use water, even though, but not too much color on it. Let me just deal with that. So, even though if I put a lot of water on it, that color, it's might gonna dissolve even though, but if you are no longer using too much water, I'll say that it might gonna be a bit boggled when it gets dried after when the color already dries up. And notice that how the color is became magically more light. See? Right now, what we've been using is we're going to use Crayola Washable Watercolors. And for that, we're going to use exactly what I used the colors rather like before. Okay, so let me just open it and see, that's the HA part. Yep. And we're gonna use is a paintbrush. So over here, and then once we've started doing by that, I'm gonna use water, and I'm going to start by wetting first, because this is the first one. And then I'm going, here's I have another one. This is for like for keeping in color. So this is what, while you're using your paintbrush though, the watercolor paintbrush, yeah, it might gonna go happen, but I know because seems the color to be like exactly look like more gray or something like, you know, rather brown, but mostly will do. Okay, so we're just gonna do the clean part first, and then once I've started that, you can notice like however I'm gonna use to put color on it and see what happens. Yes, because even though if you add pigment to it, yeah, the more color you go, the darker the color you'll get. Okay, so let's just use this for dirty water, and then we're gonna do is, you can see how the color goes here from right to left. It's getting lighter, so we're just gonna technically do that. There we go. And then I'm going to use the rest of the colors again, but make sure with more high speed. I mean, fast speed. Alright, so which part of the method is easier for you to color with markers, washable markers with water brush pen, or watercolors? Okay, so don't forget to write down in the comments below about what you think, guys. The method looks easier to you. Alright, so goodbye for now, and thank you for watching.